Hello, planet protectors! Ready for another round of the wave wheel? Ooh-wee! Fantastic fish facts. Here's a fascinating one. Y'all seen jellyfish, right? Kidding, we're talking about real jellyfish here that look like this. Well, there is one species, the Turritopsis thorni. Phew, that's a long name, but it's a special jellyfish. Because it has the superpower of being immortal. Wowzers! No, it's not a vampire, or at least I hope not. It's actually more like a phoenix. If this jellyfish gets old or injured, it's able to transform itself back into a juvenile form and start growing up all over again. It also plays an important role in the ocean's food chain, as jellyfish are a source of food for many marine creatures, including sea turtles. I guess they stay immortal only if they can escape predators, but there could be some jellyfish out there that are thousands of years old, or even older.
Hello.
Okay, maybe not that old. Anyway, if we all do our part to keep the oceans clean, these immortal jellyfish will be able to live many thousands of years more. Maybe we can find a peanut butter fish to go with it. Hello, planet protectors! Ready to give the wave wheel another spin? Look at that wheel turn! Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do! Energy superstars! You might know that we're surrounded by natural elements like oxygen, carbon, sodium, and gold. But did you know that the most abundant element in the universe is hydrogen? It's in every living thing here and found everywhere in space, in planets and stars like our sun. And now we can harness it as a fuel source by combining hydrogen with oxygen to create a chemical reaction that generates power. The best part is that instead of dirty smoke or greenhouse gases that gasoline cars produce, hydrogen-powered cars just give off planet-friendly water vapor. When hydrogen fuel is produced using sustainable methods like solar-powered plants, it is one of the cleanest and most renewable energy sources that we can use to power cars and buses and boats and even planes. Hydrogen, what a fantastic element! Fueling vehicles with clean energy and producing water that will fuel every species. Fill her up with water, refreshed and ready to go. Beep, beep. Hello, you fine folks. Ready for another spin on the wave wheel? Away it goes. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Today's topic is energy superstars. And there's no bigger star for us than the sun. Let's talk about solar power. Using panels with photovoltaic cells, we can harness the sun's power and turn it into electricity. Once the panels are installed, they produce no emissions or pollution, so it's a clean way of generating electricity. Solar power is now one of the fastest-growing renewable energy sources in the world. As the cost of the technology becomes more affordable, more and more homes and businesses are adding panels every year. And one day, we might even have solar farms in space, where they could continuously capture direct sunlight and send power back. But, anyone seen my sunscreen? Oh, I'm starting to feel like a fried fish out here! Greetings, planet protectors! Ready for another spin on the wave wheel? Spinny spin spinorama! Oh, another episode of Energy Superstars! Let's look at energy today. Waves are caused by wind blowing over the surface of water, and they can get massive. Just look at them go. Yowza! Great to surf on! But did you know that they're also a source of renewable green energy? By using mechanical devices, we can harness the power of wave motion and turn it into electricity. Oh, yeah! Since the water is constantly moving, It's one of the most reliable ways of generating renewable energy. And with most of the Earth's surface consisting of water, the potential of power is huge. We could cover a large part of the world's electricity use if we tap into wave energy effectively. So, the next time you see an ocean wave, wave back and thank it for being a source of marine energy. Oh, just don't underestimate the power of waves. Welcome back, Planet Protectors. Ready to give the wave wheel another spin? This is my kind of spin class, folks. Where's it gonna land? Conservation warriors! Hup, hup! Today we're going to focus on reducing passive electricity use. All of you know the importance of conserving electricity, but did you know that there are electronics and appliances in your home that are wasting electricity right now, despite not being on? Shocking! Whenever something is plugged in, it draws electricity from the sockets, even if they're not being used. In fact, a lot of appliances like computers, monitors, washers, dryers, coffee makers, streaming boxes, 8-in-1 waffle toaster ovens, video game consoles, and chargers, to name a few things, they sometimes still use a lot of power when they're turned off. Many electronics run non-stop in the background in standby mode, using power to stay connected online. One way to stop this massive electricity waste is to unplug appliances that don't get used regularly. So move, and get unplugging! And unplugging large electronics like TVs and stereo systems when you go on vacation, not only is it a great way to reduce electricity waste, but do it enough times and it's a great workout. Now what are you waiting for? Get to it and flex those electricity conservation muscles! Greetings, Planet Protectors! Time for another spin on the old wave wheel. Do-do-do-do-do! I really love my wave wheel, if you didn't know. Fantastic fish facts! Here's one of my favorite underwater things, coral reefs! You might have seen them before, but did you know that coral aren't plants, but actually groups of tiny animals called polyps, all clustered together? They're often smaller than a grape, sticking to each other by building calcium carbonate homes on top of each other, forming the interesting structures we see in the ocean. Calcium carbonate is the chalky stuff here that look like bones. These coral reefs can get massive. They're the largest animal-created structures in the world. In fact, the Great Barrier in Australia is almost as big as all of Japan. Not only do coral reefs help protect the shoreline from harsh waves, but they also create a diverse ecosystem for plants and animals like fish, crustaceans, turtles, anemones, starfish, sea slugs, sea snakes, giant clams, sharks, dolphins, whales, and many more creatures all depend on coral reefs for food and shelter.
Oh yeah!
Unfortunately, coral reefs have been disappearing due to rising water temperatures caused by climate change, which is not good. But conservation efforts protecting reef areas are helping to bring them back. By reducing greenhouse gases around the world, we can ensure that these important biospheres stick around for much longer so the sea life that depend on them can too.
Yes! All right!
Got room for one more in there? Australia sounds great this time of year. Welcome back to the wave wheel. Ready for another spin? Do-do-do-do-do. There's nothing like a good spin class. Title tidbits. Let's talk about a very important part of our water ecosystem.
Algae! Ooh, look at all those green floaty bits in the water. If you've ever seen water with green bits floating in it, it's probably because it's full of algae, aquatic organisms that survive without roots or flowers. There are a ton of different types of algae, and they come in a lot of shapes and sizes, from giant kelp stalks to bushy seaweed to microscopic algae that turn the water bright green. Looks gross, right? Like one of those super healthy green shakes. Blah! But they actually do a lot for us. The algae in the oceans produce a lot of the oxygen we breathe. More than all of the world's trees combined. Go Team Ocean! They also provide food and shelter for a ton of different organisms, like plankton, fish, sea turtles, and much more. Oh, look at this one! Jumping down on some delicious sea algae. So even though it might look icky sometimes, without algae, we wouldn't have the air we breathe or all the biodiversity in the water. That being said, I think I should go do some laundry. And maybe take a shower. Phew. I don't think green is my color. Is it time for another wave wheel spin? I think it is. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Spin there, done that. Or have we? Time to talk about another energy superstar. Biodiesel. The ability to turn waste into power. Biodiesel is fuel that is created from plant and animal oils. Unlike fossil fuels, it's sustainable and renewable. It's also non-toxic, biodegradable, and takes less resources and far less hazardous materials to make than normal diesel. Oh, so dirty! Some biodiesel is made from plants specifically grown and harvested to be fuel, like soybean oil and vegetable oil, and some are made from animal fats like, fish oil.
Aw, man!
But biodiesel can also be made from used cooking grease and leftover animal fats. That's right. The same oil used to fry your food can also power a car or truck or train. By recycling used cooking oil from restaurants into biodiesel, millions of tons of waste is saved from landfills every year. And that's gotta be good, right, planet protectors? So there you have it, another greener alternative to fossil fuels. Let's hope fish and chips isn't on the menu today. Hello, friends! Let's see what the wave wheel lands on today. We've spun here before, but we're back again. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Energy superstars! Have you heard of solid biomass fuel? They're an energy source created from burnable organic matter like wood chips or sawdust, farming byproducts like hay and husks, and even organic waste materials like dried animal poop. Solid biomass fuel takes on many forms, from dry sticks picked off of the ground to factory wood waste compressed into pellets. Unlike fossil fuels, biomass fuels are replaced by growing more plants, which makes them renewable and sustainable. And while burning solid biomass fuel does release carbon dioxide into the air, it's balanced out by carbon that the growing plants absorb. Solid biomass fuel definitely isn't perfect and has some negative effects like air pollution. However, it is still a better alternative to fossil fuels for many people around the world who may not have access to clean electric power yet. I may be standing a little too close to this one. Let's see what's on the old wave wheel today. Do-do-do-do-do-do. You know what my favorite party game is? Spin the tail on the catfish. Fantastic fish facts! Attention! Eyes right, soldiers, and take a look at one of the hardest working creatures in the sea. The spiny lobster. They may not have claws like their Atlantic cousins, but spiny lobsters play a role of utmost importance as custodians of the sea. Not only do spiny lobsters keep the ocean floor clean by consuming dead plant and animal matter, they also protect underwater ecosystems by eating sea urchins to keep them from overpopulating and destroying the kelp forests. Lunchtime. However, because they're allegedly tasty, I wouldn't know, spiny lobsters have been in danger of being overfished. Luckily, governments have started working with local communities to regulate spiny lobster fishing. That's one way to help ensure that they'll be around for a long while. Thank you for keeping the kelp forest green and the ocean floor a tidy place, spiny lobster. Just doing my job. Let's see what the wave wheel has in store for us today. Do. You spin my fin right round. 10 hop. It's conservation warriors. Listen up, fish fry. Today we're talking about staying cool in summer. When the weather heats up, most people turn on their air conditioner. But did you know that air conditioners use huge amounts of electricity? That's right. They're the most energy-intensive appliance in homes, using more power than all the other appliances combined. To cut down on energy use, here are some ways you can keep cool without using the AC at full blast. Hop! Closing curtains and blinds to block the sun will keep rooms cooler. Ow! Where's the door? In shadier rooms, you can keep the AC off and open the windows for some cooling fresh air. Fans can also help with airflow to push hot air out if you have windows open. They use much less power than AC units. Feel that indoor breeze. Feel it? Of course, the best way to stay cool in the summer without cranking the air conditioner is also my favorite. A quick, cold shower. No better way to cool off than with a little splash of water. Ah, that hits the spot, doesn't it, conservation warriors? Using some of these ways to cut down on air conditioner use not only helps the environment, but also lowers your electricity costs. Win-win all around. Eegle! Oh, I should probably get some shower curtains. Hello there! Back for another go on the old wave wheel? Time to pull something out of spin air! Do. Energy superstars! Let's take a look at microbial fuel cells. Did you know that renewable energy can be produced from harnessing the power of bacteria? When certain types of bacteria eat and break down organic matter like food scraps and, sewage, biochemical reactions are created. Scientists have found a way to take that chemical reaction and convert it into usable electricity that can be transported through existing power lines. Since this type of energy creation is fueled by organic waste, it's green and sustainable. Good thing too, because we have a ton of it. Just look at all this sewage. So, in the future, your bathroom light could be powered by what you flush down the toilet. That's as green as it gets, or maybe brown in this case. Welcome back, Planet Protectors! Ready to go blue with another spin on the wave wheel? Flippity flip flip. Can't wait to see what it lands on today. Water power, that's right. Water's not only delicious and refreshing, it's also used to generate power. And I know a thing or two about that. Being a catfish with a set of built-in organs that can create electric pulses. Ahem. Anyway, hydroelectricity generated by water flowing through dams is the largest source of renewable energy we have. It powers homes, buildings, and cities without releasing harmful pollutants into the air. But wave power is a thing too. We can also generate energy by converting the movement of ocean waves into electricity. Hey, I wonder if I have wave power too. Oh, my fin! Sheesh, wave power is exhausting. I'll leave that one to the ocean, I think.